Okay, now, last time we saw how H.G. Wells paints a real bleak picture of class differences in the future. Okay, above the surface, you have the Eloi living a good life. And below the surface, living like animals, you got the Morlocks doing all the dirty work.
Speaking of your dad.
Speaking of head off.
Now, I know there were no pictures in the book, so I thought we might take a look at the film version of the Time Machine. So for one time this year, you'll know what the heck I'm talking about.
You go teach?
Thanks, Chad.
Hey, Sean.
Is that nice man your daddy?
Oh, shut up, Crandall.
Ignore him.
Oops. Look at the mess I made. So better go get your father to clean it up. Sean's pappy.
You know, Doug, why don't you do me a favor first?
Sure, Hunter, what can I do for you?
You can bleed.
Hey, Sean! Hey, Sean! Knock it off, both of you! Knock it off!
Well, it's Mr. Hunter. In my office, we're getting into a fight. Let me show you my big surprised face.
Come on, Mr. Feeney. Just punish me and let's get on with our lives.
This is my life, Mr. Hunter. Asking you what you've done and why you have done it.
Something I did. It's about you hiring my father to be the janitor. My dad is picking up garbage at my school. How could you do that to me, Mr. Feeney?
Well, now, Sean, I never actually considered that it would be awkward having your father work here.
Hey, how would you feel?
Well, if your father working here is disruptive to your education, I will certainly have to reconsider his employment.
You mean that? You're on my side?
Frightening, isn't it? However, rather than take sides here, I think the best course would be to throw it to you.
What do you mean?
I mean, you are my student, and you have a right to decide whether you want your father to work here or not.
So it's up to me?
Yes, Mr. Hunter. It's up to you.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I just want to make sure that I don't make a mess.
Since when do you care whether you make a mess or not?
Oh, I don't. I just think that when you make a mess, somebody's got to clean it up, and I don't want anybody to clean it up.
My dad's a janitor.
Oh, why are you always on that?
So the toilet overflows, and Feeney asks the new janitor if he can handle it. Guy says, hey, when I was with the CIA, I mopped up after the Sandinistas. Think I can mop up this. Janitors are so colorful.
Mr. Feeney,
Yeah.
I've thought it over.
Oh, well, that took all of 5 minutes. I'm glad you gave it the time it deserved.
I think it'd be best for everybody if you just let my dad go.
Ah. Well, it is important to look out for everybody.
So, when are you gonna let him go?
Well, it might take a few days to find a replacement. I'll tell your father about my decision after that, all right?
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Feeney.
No trouble, Mr. Hunter.
Oh, man, what pig ate here?
How did I not see that?
You know, when you think about it, Cor, I'm actually doing my dad a favor. I mean, he needs a job where he can do something important. Yeah, I think I'm making the right decision.
Do you know there are no rock climbing shoes left in the stockroom? You know why? Ezekiel sold them. He sold every pair of them.
Yes, but he sold them to people who had no business buying them at all.
Well, if we just get past that little nagging moral issue that all those people are going to die, we could be very successful.
Eric, I had a dream.